All right, what wine goes best with a traditional turkey dinner? Do you select based on the meat, the sides, the dessert?
Renee Allen, the founder of the Wine Institute of New England, has some guidelines to help us pick the best wines for Thanksgiving. I was just talking about this because my mom said, I'll bring wine. She said, I should bring white, right? Because it's turkey. And I said, you can.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
But you don't have, if you don't love white wine or you want a variety, you don't have to do just white, right?
I'm here to simplify Thanksgiving this year,
okay.
right?
Thank gosh.
So first of all, I was going to say forget the turkey. Because literally when it comes to pairing wines with Thanksgiving meals, the turkey is the least problematic item because it's very neutral. It doesn't have a really strong taste, and I always talk about pairing to the most dominant taste, the most dominant flavor in a meal. So both red and white will go with turkey, and it's almost easier to talk about what won't go than what will go.
Oh,
It's a shorter list. You don't want anything too big. You don't want anything with really strong tannins, really high alcohol, or even too acidic, because you don't want to have a food fight at your table on Thanksgiving. And some of those wines will fight with your food.
So like no deep Cabernet? Or?
I would personally, I would never have a Cabernet Sauvignon at the table for Thanksgiving. It's going to be too big, too bold. You want something that's a little kinder and gentler to your turkey. So I have a lineup to kind of, and if you're at home listening, you should hit the record button because I'm going to be talking grapes that you might want to refer to later. So I always start with a sparkling. It's festive. It also goes with a lot of things. People constantly underestimate the pairing value of sparkling wine, but it's the bubbles, it's the high acid, it'll go with a lot of different foods. I usually start with cheeses and things like that. So this is the Veuve Clicquot Rosé.
Say it again.
You say it.
Veuve Clicquot.
That's it.
Is that right?
Clicquot.
You say it better than I do.
It always has such a pretty box in a bottle.
Veuve means widow, so that goes right in with your widow movie there. But anyway, I like a rosé. This time of year, it has just a little bit more weight, a little more heft to it, so it'll pair with some of your more winter-friendly foods. If you don't have a champagne budget, you can get a large variety of other sparkling wines. Crémant. You like that one?
Let's keep going.
Cava, Prosecco. Sparkling is just fun. If you're going to go white, I like something that has a decent amount of acid. Gewürztraminer, that's a mouthful. Gewürztraminer, some people call it Gewürz. It's easier. It's got some spice to it. It often has a little bit of residual sugar. If you're a family that likes spicy stuffing, spicy gravies, you might want to have a white that has just a little residual sugar to it to offset the spice. That works very nicely. That will also go with the turkey. When you move into the reds, again, there's a whole variety of red wines that are going to go. This is actually a Bonarda out of Argentina. It's really beautiful and fruity, low tannins. It works with a variety of different things. When chefs give me a hard time to pair and they do a surf and turf, you have to do the beef and the fish at the same time, I'll pick a Bonarda.
A Bonarda?
Oftentimes, because it's a nice pairing wine. It's got a good, I know, Argentina. After Malbec, the Bonarda is really good. This is classic for me, a Chateauneuf du Pape, which is from the southern Rhone Valley, and it's going to be a blend of Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, and several other grapes. They have a lot of indigenous grapes there.
And say that again, I apologize.
Chateauneuf du Pape.
Chateauneuf du Pape.
Just look at the label. That's what you're looking for.
Right, and you could even have single varietals that are in there for your Thanksgiving pairing, like a Grenache, like a Syrah. A Zinfandel would go at Thanksgiving. It's a bold wine, but it doesn't have too high tannins.
What about like a Pinot Noir that's a lighter red?
Pinot Noir is like the classic answer for Thanksgiving. A Chardonnay and Pinot Noir definitely work, although I will say you don't want anything too heavily oaked. Oak can give a slight hint of bitterness, and sometimes that'll fight with some of the foods at the table. And by the way, we talk about rosé all the time. Rosés are a good choice for Thanksgiving too. It'll go with cranberry. But the last one, and you have to try this, because I always say the party doesn't stop after the entree.
No.
You want to pair your dessert with wine as well.
You should have a dessert wine.
I think you should.
Or perhaps you're going to bring that, and maybe people won't think of that.
So a lot of people go with port. That's classic. This is actually what they call in Australia a sticky. Because of the sugar, they call their dessert wine sticky. It's Muscat, or Moscato in Italian, but that's the grape. And it makes a really beautiful, like apricot and orangey and viscous, honey-flavored wine that will go. She's already going.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I didn't take a sip, though, so it's okay.
So one thing I've learned from Renee is you don't drink them until you toast.
You got to toast. It'll go with pumpkin pie, pecan pie, apple pie.
It's sweet. It has a flavor, for sure.
Save the coffee for later. Do the dessert one.
Oh, that is very good. Yeah, that's really nice.
Maybe Scott would like that.
Anything with this can go with any dessert, whether it's.
This will go with most desserts. Yeah, if you're going full on chocolate, I might pick a port instead. But most of the Thanksgiving type of pies that we do, this will work really nicely with.
Price points for these, Renee?
All over the board. Like the Bonarda is going to be under $20, and most of the other grapes I was talking about, you can find Zinfandels and you can find Syrahs for under $20. If you're going to go champagne, you're paying at least $35 and up. But the other sparkling wines you can do for $20 and under, for sure.
And people think the more you have to spend a lot of money to get a good wine.
You do not. And one fun thing, if we have a minute, that I would say at Thanksgiving, it's okay to like buy 2 or 3 whites, 2 or 3 reds, give your guests 2 glasses each, and let them mix and match, let them pair.
And it's okay to mix and match wine glasses. We learned that from our decorator. Can you get, also if you have tons of people, can you get some boxed wine and then it's easier for them to pour?
Oh, you can do boxed wine. You can do boxed wine. That's okay.
Just wondering. She didn't like that.
I love that.
You're pushing it.
The push. I love it.
They sell this beautiful thing now. You can put the box
They
wine.
sell it. To learn more about Renee and the wines and spirits classes she offers, check out the website. It's wineinstituteofnewengland.com.